massive day for COSM once again. Okay, so we've been looking at this thing, we've been calling the upside, but I have to be honest with you guys. I am not exactly sure where we can go, but we can actually find out through technicals and through geometrical patterns to see what we can find as a potential upside target. Okay, let's go ahead and dive right into those charts right now. What is up, you guys? This is ARCa coming at you with another COSM update. So this is going to be on technicals and raw price action, some candle analysis in there too. Okay, before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCa. With that said, let's dive right in. Okay, so we're looking at Cosmos in the 1 hour chart right over here, and we are looking at a new high of about 70 cents. It says 69.99, but we can obviously see that we touched the 70 cent today level. Okay, so this is very good. We were noticing as well that we were building a pennant or an ascending triangle, which had a bearish price objective when completed, which we actually didn't. And it has a price objective of about 82 cents. So it looks like we are well on the way for that. And it does have some confluence with the 2.618 at about 86.20. So now we can actually take a trend line. Actually, we're going to do a box of resistance levels. So we're going to do it just like this. And now we have a range of between 82.32 and 85.97, just about 86 cents. Okay, so, or 86.20 right here, it says right there. Okay, so this is going to be our resistance range. So if we're able to penetrate this range, touch the 3.618 at $1.11, we can actually retrace and use this as a form of support before a continuation onto the upside, similarly to what happened here and here, and it's been happening, right, you guys? So it looks very good. It looks very good thus far. So now in candle analysis, we can actually see that this, I mean, look at this massive candle, huge buy pressure here. And this candle also barely returning anything from which it has gained, which is very bullish. Okay, so now we've actually surpassed the high that we had at about 66 cents, which is very important. So now we are officially in ascent, and we do have a support of this candle right down here at about 66.09. Now, in the introduction of the video, I did mention as to I don't know how or where this is going, and that's absolutely true. I mentioned to you yesterday that there is a potential to where we can actually come back if I said if we're following geometrical patterns aside from FOMO and the fact that it's a short squeeze play, aside from all of that stuff. I mentioned that if we're playing just the trade, we can see a retracement back to around 28 cents to 34 cents for reaccumulation before us continuing in this pattern and then breaking out at about 70% completion or to the apex of the pattern. Okay, so, and I also said that if shorts start covering in just random bursts and FOMO triggers, then we can actually just bypass that downside thesis. It's going to invalidate it and continue on to the upside. And that is exactly what happened. Okay, we did mention that, and we are actually on our way to the top now. This is our next relevant support range of resistance. Okay, please keep an eye on this. This is going to be an area of likely for some users to take, for some participants, sorry, to take some profit and or attempt at opening a short position here, which I really do not suggest. Okay, this is the candles are, the pattern here is looking stronger. Actually, as we reach higher levels, candles are supposed to be getting smaller, not larger as they get closer to the top. So this is is looking pretty bullish. Okay, and upside targets are very much I can this in a very discretionary manner here, you guys. I'm not a financial advisor. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as a form of entertainment. I can't actually suggest for you to buy or sell any assets. What I can tell you is that you need to do your own DD and and if your strategy says buy or sell, do it. Follow your plan, follow the play. Don't just bag hold, okay? Make sure that you are following a plan. Know your points of take profit. Okay? So, and stick by it. And I stuck by it today, guys. I actually took 47% profit from both of my positions in different exchanges at the 49 cent level. Okay, so this is per the plan. I took profits on the plan. Okay, and I haven't removed everything because obviously there's still upside to be looked at here. Okay, so if we're talking about higher targets in an impulsive move to the upside, I can definitely see a range between 118 and 137. Okay, this is apart from this one here being a technical target in FOMO, I can potentially see this area right here as another area for take profit. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next chart. Okay, so this was the larger descending channel that we saw. Excuse me. So we actually did notice that we had already 1, 2, 3 tests of the resistance, followed by the capitulation event, and then in a true attempt of breaking out on test number 4, it did. We were also talking about the potential of coming back to the 28 to 34 cent level according to the SMA 50 and this and our descending channel newly converted resistance into now support. I said there is the potential for that, but I also said that there is a possibility to where we are going to fake that out, do a bear trap, and this could potentially be the bottom before we continue on to the upside, and it did happen in that manner. Okay, you guys, we have to know the probabilities. So another thing to notice is that when we're in a smaller time frame and we're looking at new viewers, this is volatility, okay, represented by this indicator BBWP. So when we are printing red bars, usually what I consider to be critical expansion or volatility loading, I can actually consider that to be anything above this trend line here within the 90 percentile. Okay, so when we're looking at iteration after iteration of, and in another one when we're above the critical zone, this is likely to give us massive impulsive move to the upside. And it looks like we are rejecting the contraction phase again, and we're about to expand all the way into critical zone again. So this is only telling me that we're actually loading up once more to continue on to the upside, believe it or not. So since volatility is direction neutral, let's pair it with an indicator. Okay, we'll do stochastic momentum here. This is an indicator that has proven about 70 to 90% accuracy in different tickers. I've back tested this a few times throughout many tickers. Okay, and here is another reason why I am considering upside. This is very similar to an RSI. Okay, both of the stochastic momentum signal line and the moving average are suggesting a continuation onto the upside. Remember, 75 to 90% accurate in guessing the direction of the asset while we're expanding into critical zones. Guys, this is going up. We are going up. This is, unless there's absolute fuckery here, then something's going to happen, okay? But we are definitely on the way up. And this, I give this a lot of credit. The only thing is that I haven't back tested the volatility versus momentum profile like I do in other tickers here, but I can't tell you exactly where we're going to go because there is a strong psychological component applied to this asset. It is the short squeeze play that becomes psychological. It doesn't become a metric anymore. It becomes FOMO. It becomes randomness at its greatest. So the formations of randomness now become larger. Okay, so the ranges become larger naturally. So we start to see higher targets. Remember, I have mentioned this before. We do have about a $9. I can't actually see it here for some reason, you guys. I think I have to reload my. Okay, so it's showing us an all-time high of about. Is this even accurate? I'm looking at $20 here. I thought it was $9. Okay, so we have a $20 high. There's no price discovery until we reach $20. I'm not sure that we're going to reach $20. I can't say that for a fact. In fact, I've heard $9. I've heard $8. I've heard some people talk about 100. And I'm being realistic here, you guys. I need you to be able to take a look at the metrics first, okay? Now, if we look at the 200-day moving average being at 96 cents, this is an area to where we're likely to face rejection followed by us retesting this candle and this candle high, so that we can use as support before continuing on to the upside, okay? So know that if FOMO really kicks in and this just jolts to the top, we are likely to see a jolt just as strong to the bottom using potentially these lows down here, once again, the 28 to 34 level before a huge move to the upside. Know that there is a lot of sentiment behind this. There's going to be a lot of take profit and buy in and take profit and buy in. This is literally a day trader's dream. Okay, so trust me when I say not a lot of people are bag holding this. Not a lot of people are diamond handing this. Okay, so just bear that in mind. It's looking bullish. It's looking like for sure we can see a touch of that 98, which is also confluent with our, it's somewhat confluent with our 2.618. It's suggesting 86 cents. 98 from the, let's see, is it 98? 96 cents. So there is a gap. There's a range between 86 and 96 cents that we can look at as a form of resistance before continuing onto the upside. What we want to do is clear it and come back and test the 200 as a valid form of support before continuing on. Again, I'm talking to you in the playbook rules. I'm not talking to you in a FOMO event. Okay, please know the difference. Okay, and the last chart is this. This is the RSI, you guys. We are. Everything in the RSI is looking bullish. The only thing is that as we reach these, let me see, now that we made, okay, so we've actually invalidated 1 and 2 drives of hidden bearish divergence. We've already invalidated that. Yeah, actually we absolutely did. We invalidated, this doesn't happen often. We invalidated bearish divergence, hidden bearish divergence, and it's still suggesting upside. So now what we are doing is printing larger time frame drives of, let me see, can it be done? I'm sorry, guys, this is just really, it's critically important for me to be able to tell you this just as accurately as I can. Yeah, we are building larger time frame bearish divergences, which is only natural. It's hidden bearish divergences. It happens like this. We're looking at we haven't printed this bar just yet. So if it does, peak like up here, it still is going to be a huge drive. It needs to surpass $1.57 for us to invalidate this form of bearish divergence. So I'm going to put it at its lowest possible point. So this area, if we close here at about 147, it'll then confirm another drive of hidden bearish divergence, so which could be something like this here. Okay, so but if we pass it, then we invalidate that and continue on to the upside. Okay, so we're just looking at the potentials right here. But look at this. Check this out, okay? This is going to be a multi-window here. We're going to look at a multi-pane so that we can see the absolute direction for the asset. So we're looking at a immediate short-term pullback on the 30-minute, okay? Let's open up the diagram so you guys can catch up. 1, 2, 3, 4 zones. 1, 2, 3, 4 zones for you to be able to see what I am talking about, okay? Don't get lost in translation. Yeah, we're looking at immediate short-term downside, very, very, very short-term. It looks like it could potentially reaccumulate some entries, but it doesn't look like it's going to be for long. Now, the buy hourly is suggesting a continuation onto the upside. It is now an overbought area, or percentile, sorry. Now, the 6 hour is suggesting a continuation onto the upside, aggressive pivot. It is now an overbought and has now crossed above the moving average, which is represented by the pink line. And this is the most important one. The daily RSI, yet again, making another historical high. So we're at 88.63%. The RSI can red hot top line at about 100%, but it can actually infinitely go into overbought since these are just averaged and it is a delayed signal. Okay, so the daily is suggesting just massive aggressive continuation onto the upside. Based on raw price action and technicals and indicators, upside is imminent. And I already gave you my resistances, so I need you to watch your longs. Make sure to lock in profits as you go. Don't diamond hand, because you will be surprised as to how this can just wick hard to the bottom, okay? The further up we go, the further red hot this RSI is, which is already burning, the faster we can capitulate, okay? So be very careful, but I am still seeing upside here, you guys. If any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me in Twitter and Discord. I'll make sure to leave the links in the description below for you to consider joining the trading community in Discord called ARCa. But with that said, I wish you well, I wish you a good night, and I will catch you at the Bell Mañana. Adios.